This is about your Aquarius moon. I am Fox RedSky, and I am your astrologer, your soul coach, and your host for Astrology Obsessed. So if this is your first time to my channel, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, all those things. Again, we are talking about today our Aquarius moon. Aquarius moon, yes. So if you don't know what your moon sign is, it is your emotional body. And I'm all about the moon sign because, well, my moon is in my first house. So I love it. I am the moon. I am all the moon. It's in Cancer too, which is ruled by the moon. So your emotional body, how you are going to respond to people in an emotional way, like what is your inner world saying, and so forth. So this is a very important part of your chart because this is who, at the core of who you are, really. I feel like this is the core of who you are, and this is what you're going to show to your friends, your relatives, romantic connections. They're going to get to know your moon sign very, very good. So, and we are in an air sign, which the moon is a very emotional thing. So air signs tend to really kind of intellectualize their emotions. And this is a fixed sign, so this is a fixed way of feeling and being, and it's such a bizarre thing for me because it's like, you know, air wants to move, it wants to go, but this is, you know, I would say the Aquarius moon is able to really intellectualize their feelings and their emotions in a really kind of like outsider perspective and be like, okay, well, I get it, this is what's going on, and just kind of, you know, their internal dialogue becomes more of a thinking versus feeling with their heart or feeling. They really, really get at that. And there's pros and cons to this, you know, having your moon in Aquarius. But it also, I mean, so Uranus is the ruling planet for Aquarius. And so this is from outside of the, you know, it's not the inner planets, it's the outer planets. So it has this like, this wisdom that it wants to share, that has this like these new ideas, this crazy way of saying things. It's like, well, you know, maybe we can do it this way. And it's like, what? No, Aquarius moon, that's not, no, just kidding, I'm teasing. I love you so much. But this is, so this energy, which, you know, Aquarius is the 11th house, friends and connections, is really friendly. It's a friendly moon. It's a, you know, it wants to make connections, but it's also on an emotional level. It's very, it can be kind of aloof and kind of distant, and they're a little bit, when it gets too real, they kind of just like vamoose. They just kind of disappear, you know. But they're brilliant, and they're able to like translate it into so many different art forms and this Aquarius energy, and really bring messages that help kind of all of humanity and kind of give them. So it's an interesting thing. So let's take a look at some people who have their moon in Aquarius that I really feel like kind of embody this, that are like more, yeah. So these are people that I really find that I really appreciate as artists or as influencers that have really changed or influenced humanity on a large scale. And that would be, number one, it would be Billie Eilish. I think she totally has a very Aquarian moon, and I think that she describes her inner world and her Aquarius moon in a lot of her songs. You know, there's this like a little bit of detachment that she has, like she's examining all these relationships and these like emotional patterns through her videos, through her songs, and she's just kind of like the outsider kind of looking in, but she's able to experience them through her songs and her music, which is, it's very interesting. She's kind of a little bit alien vibe going there too, myself, I feel like. And then there's Myhammad Ali, which I was like very surprised that he had an Aquarian moon, but wow, you know, I mean, again, this is something that you'll see, you won't really see it unless you are, you know, right there with that person, because this is, again, something that is more of a personal thing that you share with your family, your friends. And so Myhammad Ali, though, he shared so much you know, wisdom with us, with his using that Aquarius energy, that really I feel like helped humanity on so many levels. And that's what Aquarius energy is supposed to do, is like, they're the rebel, man. They're like the ones that are just kind of like, where's this person? They're coming from like left field, and wow, and they just like strike us. And so, and then of course, Marilyn Monroe had an Aquarius moon, which I think was also to her detriment, because she wasn't able to process her emotions in a healthy way. She kind of did fall into addiction. She did kind of use them as a way of distracting her. She was, you know, quite brilliant on many levels, and to kind of a little bit of escapism in her way, she fell into that trap of being too aloof, too disconnected, which is something so what is the greatest lesson Aquarius moon has to have? I would have to say, with this moon, is just to let people in and not run away from emotional conflict, or, you know, to really explore that. Maybe hang out with some of your water moon friends, you know. And I think the greatest gift that Aquarius moon people have to offer is their very unique genius. You know, they have just a flair about them, and they really, you know, all Aquarius, whether it's sun, moon, or rising, has this like inventiveness that they can remake themselves, and they can just kind of go be the first of their kind. And so I appreciate you, Aquarius moons, wherever y'all are, and all that you bring. And just remember, I know emotions seem like, you know, an alien thing, but it's very important that we keep in touch and stay in our bodies and remember to feel them. So I thank you so much for listening to me all the way through on this Aquarius moon series. And if you have any comments, questions, please be sure to subscribe, to like. I send you all my love. Talk to you soon. Bye.